Hey everyone, Nigel and Luke here, and welcome to another episode of Crimes of the Week.
39-year-old Benjamin Michael Morley of Alamance County, North Carolina is facing 3 counts of felony assault with a deadly weapon on a government official after 2 separate incidents Friday night where he allegedly attempted to violently evade police. Police were first alerted to Morley's activities when they were called to the scene of a hit and run on the UNC campus just after 9 p.m. He was reportedly driving a blue Jeep with no license plates when he struck a university student. Thankfully, there were no injuries reported at the scene. A first attempt at stopping Morley failed when he rammed a fire battalion vehicle and attempted to hit an officer at the scene before driving away. Police caught up with Morley a second time later that night and were finally able to stop his vehicle at an intersection in the nearby city of Graham. When officers approached the driver's side door, Morley reportedly lunged at them with a machete and was fired upon. He was struck once in the leg and was taken to the hospital. In addition to the 3 assault charges, Morley faces an additional felony charge for fleeing and eluding arrest.
A Tacoma man who was previously suspected of being involved in the disappearance of 33-year-old Cassandra Cantrell has officially been charged with her murder. Investigators arrested Cantrell's ex-boyfriend, 37-year-old Colin Dudley, on Tuesday, after her remains were discovered wrapped and disposed of over a steep hillside road in Pierce County. According to her family, she was pregnant at the time of her murder. Cantrell was reported missing on August 27th after failing to show up for a doctor's appointment the day before. Her abandoned car was discovered near the Tacoma Dome the following day. Investigators say there is an abundance of evidence pointing to Dudley's guilt. This includes cell phone data placing him with Cantrell on the day of her disappearance, location data from his truck that showed him traveling to the area where the body was discovered, and blood believed to belong to Cantrell in various areas of Dudley's basement.
A man who was charged with secretly recording girls in bathroom stalls at a middle school in Camden County earlier this month has been accused of committing the same crime at another school. Investigators say that 51-year-old Gregor Mawley worked for a company that was contracted by the Board of Education to perform heating, ventilation, and air conditioning services for several schools. Mawley reportedly used his position to install mirrors on the interior side of bathroom stall doors, allowing him to film occupants through the air conditioning vents above. The most recent charges come from a high school in Cape May County. Mawley was arrested on Wednesday and now faces numerous additional charges.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection say they seized over 100 pounds of heroin and fentanyl pills at the port of Nogales on Wednesday. According to officials, a 21-year-old man who has been identified as an American citizen attempted to cross into the U.S. when the concealed drugs were discovered in a floor compartment of his car. In all, 68 packages were removed from the vehicle, amounting to 102 pounds of heroin and 1.5 pounds of fentanyl pills. The drugs are estimated to have a street value of $1 million.
2 suspects have been arrested in a stabbing attack that happened on Friday outside of the former offices of French satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo. The attack left 2 people seriously injured, however both are expected to survive. The incident is being treated as a terrorist attack. The primary suspect has been identified as a young man who arrived in France 3 years ago as an unaccompanied minor from Pakistan, but further details are still being verified. Both the location of the stabbing and the timing are believed to be significant. In 2015, these same offices were the site of the horrific Charlie Hebdo shooting that left 12 people dead and 11 others wounded. The attack was linked to an Islamic terrorist group. Authorities believe that this new incident may have been inspired by the trial that is currently taking place in the 2015 case.
Vietnamese police are currently investigating a factory outside of Ho Chi Minh City after reports that used condoms were being repackaged for sale at a nearby market. According to local media, inspectors who raided the facility found roughly 320,000 used condoms there, which were being washed, reshaped, and packaged as part of the illicit recycling operation. So far, the 34-year-old woman who owns the factory has confessed to buying the used prophylactics from a man elsewhere in the province, but police say they are still trying to track down several others involved in the scheme.
Police got quite the unexpected surprise on Wednesday when they responded to what they thought would be an active shooter situation and instead found a trio of hockey fans. Hillsborough County sheriffs received the 911 call shortly before 8:30 p.m. and were told by the caller they heard what they believed to be a couple in the upstairs apartment threatening each other. They were screaming, "Shoot, shoot, and I dare you to shoot." When police arrived at the scene, they quickly discovered it was just some friends watching Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Thankfully, everyone involved was able to laugh off the incident and police went on their way.
A couple of major updates were announced last week in the high-profile Madeleine McCann case. The story dates back to May of 2007, when the 3-year-old British girl was abducted from her family's hotel room while they were on vacation in Portugal. German prosecutors announced that they had material evidence that the young girl was no longer alive, adding that they did not need to find a body in order to lay charges against the prime suspect in the case, 43-year-old Christian Bruckner. Prosecutor Hans Christian Wolters also told reporters that they may have evidence that places Bruckner at the resort where the McCann family was staying during the time Madeleine was abducted. The announcement has led to speculation that German authorities are preparing to officially charge Bruckner for McCann's murder. It was also announced this week that Bruckner lost a bid in Luxembourg to appeal a 2005 rape conviction of a 72-year-old woman in Portugal. Though it is not connected to the disappearance of Madeleine McCann, investigators in Germany were anxiously watching the outcome of the appeal in fears that Bruckner could be released from prison before they had a chance to finish their inquiry in the young girl's case. That's it for this edition of Crimes of the Week. Let us know what you think of the new series in the comments section below, as well as any other news stories that you think we should keep an eye on for next week's video. As always, if you enjoyed our video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Crime Zone, making sure to hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest releases. Thank you for watching.